Hello, my name is Tanner Brooks, and this is the science of fiberglass. Fiberglass is a silica based material that is composed of microscopic glass strands that have been extruded at extremely high temperatures to provide the smallest possible diameter of only a few microns in width. Now, what you're seeing is footage recorded during the renovation of my home recently, where just behind an exposed layer of sheetrock, many thick fiberglass sheets can be seen. These rolls have been distributed evenly throughout the walls of this room in order to provide maximum insulation to keep us warm during these coming winter months. You can see me using a screwdriver here because upon first inspection, it's difficult to determine that these fluffy pink pads are in fact made of glass, but if one were to handle this material without taking proper precautions, some of these glass strands could in fact embed themselves in your skin, causing irritation and dryness. There were a variety of reasons why I chose fiberglass as my research material. First and foremost, I've been using this material during the renovation process here recently, and it kind of just caught my interest. I knew exactly how many components of this renovation were made: nails, hammers, 2x4s, but I was blissfully unaware as to how fiberglass was produced and what exactly goes into the production of these big pink sheets. In addition, early on in my research, I learned a few things about the material which piqued my interest and made me more motivated to learn about this material further. Primarily, fiberglass has more uses than just simply insulating the home. It's used commercially in fiberglass reinforced plastics, known as FRPs, as well as transporting chemicals that are corrosive and would otherwise be difficult to house. There are many subgroups of fiberglass as well, typically determined by which additives are included in the manufacturing process. These different subgroups serve different purposes. Some come with increased tensile strength, some with more corrosive resistance. Typically, these additives don't include any new aspects to the material, they simply enhance the already present aspects for whichever purpose they are deemed necessary. These different subgroups of fiberglass are denoted by a preceding letter, typically E glass, R glass, several types of S glass, as well as ECR glass, which is the most popular for chemical storage. When it comes to the commercial use of this material, we can look back on some of its early applications. In 1880, one of the first applications of fiberglass was actually to be sewn into clothing to make it more durable and potentially last longer than some of the alternatives. Later on, people would begin to use it in water sport products such as kayaks, as well as some boats, but it had been discontinued after a while as other methods had taken the place as the most efficient and cost effective way of producing those products. Nowadays, a lot of outdoor equipment is actually made using fiberglass reinforced plastics. Things like bicycles, fishing rods, archery equipment, all of these products are typically produced by big name companies who are utilizing FRPs. What are the benefits to using FRPs over the alternatives anyway? Well, in many cases, tensile strength is the primary factor. Oftentimes, FRP rods that are made with the similar diameter of steel rods produce 20% greater tensile strength than their steel counterparts. When we look at the microstructure of these FRPs, what we typically find is a polyester matrix that has been thermoset with these glass shards included. What this allows us to do is have an increased tensile strength, as previously described, as well as greater flexibility and malleability. Now, let's continue to talk about the insulative ability of fiberglass for a bit. When we look at this material through a material science lens, what we begin to find is a few factors that make it exceptional at its job. We begin to see things like flame resistance, as well as air permeability that is higher than other alternatives. These two things in conjunction are exceedingly important for a material that can be found in a home with an insulative purpose. Trapping that air allows for the environment to actually act as its own insulator, keeping the interior warm. And if there were ever to be a fire in that home, then the high melting point of the insulative layer that surrounds the entire house would help encapsulate the flame and cease it from spreading to other places in the surrounding area. Overall, fiberglass has proved to be an exceptionally interesting material, not only for its longevity, but its variety of uses as well, which only seems to be increasing in recent years. In my research, many material scientists described this material as one that would be around in perpetuity until the end of modern production, and I think after my extensive research, I would have to agree.